Joining us now from House Judiciary Committee, California Congressman Darrell Issa. Congressman, how do you manage? I mean, it's clear that when a judge is bringing up the Nazi image in a case involving Donald Trump, that she is clearly the kind of judge that is going to issue a politically oriented rather than a judicially oriented decision, no?
Oh, absolutely, David. There are 435 members of the House. There's a lot of different members, as people know. There's almost 700 federal judges. And needless to say, if you shop long enough, you'll find one like her.
Now, you have a new bill that would limit the power of judges. Of course, we are three separate but equal branches of government in the United States, so you have to be careful about making any judgment in the House about what a judge does. What would your bill do, and how would it deal with constitutional limits?
Well, the important thing is it won't change the judge's right to make a decision as to a law or the Constitution, but it'll return the original intent. We created the lower courts by acts of Congress, not by the Constitution, to do district work. And they're supposed to have to represent a plaintiff from within their district, and they're supposed to rule for their district. Then it goes up on appeal, and that deals with a circuit, a larger of many districts. It then goes from there to the U.S. Supreme Court, which can opine and make it the law of the land. Not one of these 700 judges was nominated and confirmed to be the law of the land. They were nominated and confirmed to do their district work. And so all we're doing is returning the recognition that these national injunctions are outside their jurisdiction. And particularly in the case of the example you put up just before that, that you can't represent clients that aren't yours. They're not from your district. They're not in your district. That is in the making of it. We're just making sure they understand in no uncertain terms that that's what Congress intended. That's what their job is. We want them to rule, but rule on the plaintiff before them if that person has a nexus to their district.
Let me talk about another issue that is really affecting the president's agenda to get rid of the very bad elements of illegal migrants that are in the country. The president talked about sanctuary cities earlier today. I want to play that and get your reaction. Roll it.
We're going to end sanctuary cities for some of these jurisdictions that aren't cooperating with law enforcement. They're guarding criminals. They're taking the rights away from the citizens.
Do you think your constituents, who obviously don't want murderers in their neighborhood, would support what the president's trying to do against sanctuary cities?
Absolutely, David. The constituents in my district want my state, which is a sanctuary state, to knock it off and stop interfering with the Department of Justice and ICE from doing their job.
But you represent one district in a big state. It's clearly not. Is it the majority of Californians that feel the way you do, or a small minority?
I've got to tell you, in the minority communities, in the very communities that look like these people that we're deporting, they very much want the criminal element out of their neighborhoods. They're the ones that are penalized.
Darrell Issa, great to see you, Congressman. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you again, David.